Hello and welcome to this video. Before we get started, I'd just like to say a couple of things. First of all, this video is part of my Connecting the Divine Within series. If you've never done a video from this series before, then I do advise to check out the introduction, which will be linked below this video. It's not really needed to do this introduction, it just gives a general overview of the series and provides a bit more information on how to do the exercises. Secondly, you can pause this video whenever you need to. For example, if you need to get materials or if you feel like you need more time on a certain card. Thirdly, you do not need to look at the screen, you can just follow along with the guidance of my voice. Fourth point is that you are allowed to move around the cards whenever you feel like it. Just follow along with your intuition. And this is a general rule of thumb that you can use in these exercises, which is to follow your guidance at any given moment. Follow your intuition. If I give a certain instruction, but you feel like you want to do it a different way, then please listen to that inner voice. For this exercise, you will need a quiet space where you will not be disturbed, 2 pieces of paper, a pen or a pencil. Optionally, you can use a notebook to journal about your experiences after the exercise. You can pause the video now to go get your materials. Okay, let's get started. In this exercise, we will connect with the healthiest version of ourselves. You can imagine that we are living in a quantum field where there are an infinite number of versions of ourselves, where we are connected with an infinite number of timelines, where there are certain timelines where we do have certain illnesses, and then there are other timelines where these illnesses just do not exist. And right now, the moment that you are finding yourself now, this timeline that you are on, this version of yourself, seemingly has some kind of illnesses, is not feeling well in one or multiple ways. But just know that when you zoom out a little bit, there is that version of yourself that is in complete, perfect health. And maybe you will never be able to embody this perfect health version of yourself in this lifetime. We are living in a world where there are a lot of unhealthy external factors that we really have no control over. And so the purpose of this exercise is certainly not to find yourself completely healthy by the end of the exercise. Let's be very clear that there are no expectations. In fact, it's really a good idea to not have any specific expectation for the outcome of this exercise. Let yourself be as detached as possible. The main purpose is to connect with this healthy version of ourselves and see if there is any information and any insights that we can gain from this connection. And for this exercise, you do not need to sit upright necessarily in a chair. You can also do this while lying down. Just make sure that you have those 2 pieces of paper with you and something to write with. And so let us start. You can sit down, you can lay down and just feel the surface of the chair, surface of your bed, your couch. Feel yourself being supported by this chair or bed, as well as being supported by the earth that is always carrying you. And take a moment to settle into this position. You can close your eyes. Breathe deeply in and out. And again, in and out. And if you have any specific aches or pains in your body, then it might be beneficial to place a hand on this part of your body and breathe very gently towards this part of your body. Let whatever sensation is happening happen. You don't have to push anything away in this exercise. Let yourself be as you are. Let your physical body, with its aches and pains, whatever other sensations are happening, just be. Try to feel a softness in your body. Try to lean into the present moment. You can imagine yourself leaning back into your body. And then you can place one or both hands on your heart space, right in the middle of your chest. And feel the warmth between your chest and your hands. You can see this heart space as a kind of energetic gateway with which you can connect with higher versions of yourself by focusing on your heart space and breathing towards this place. You can connect with an energy, a version of yourself, a frequency where all is well. All is well. And now you can open your eyes and you can take your first piece of paper. And on this first piece of paper, you are going to make a list of all of your health problems. Now it is important when you're making this list to be as detached as possible. So if one of your problems is migraines, don't write down my migraines or I have migraines. Simply put down migraines. And you can make this list as long as you want. You can pause the audio if necessary, but make sure that your list is as objective as possible. That you are writing this list from an objective place and that you are not moving into any emotions, any physical feelings. Just write down what kind of problems, pains you are experiencing at this moment or that you are experiencing on a regular basis in your life. You do not need to limit yourself to purely physical symptoms. You could also add mental symptoms such as stress or overwhelm, frustration. And when you are ready with this list, you are going to turn the page over. And if you have already written on both sides of the paper, then that's okay. Then you'll need an extra piece of paper. And on this one, you are going to write down all of the opposites that you have written before. So you are going to write down what you would like to see in your life and try to be as specific as possible. So, for example, if you have written down eczema in the first list, then this time you can write down clear skin. And if you have written down stress on the first list, then now you can write down feeling relaxed and balanced. So don't just write down not having eczema, not having migraines, not having stress, but really try to use words that are very affirmative, very positive. And when you are ready making this list, you can place this piece of paper somewhere in your room, on the ground or on a higher surface. If you are doing this exercise while laying in bed, simply place a piece of paper somewhere in your reach, on your bed or on your nightstand, with the second list face up. So with the list of healthy aspects face up, so that you can see them. And if you have found a good spot, then you can stand on it or place your hands over it and just see what wants to come up. You are connecting with the duality of your health. We live in a dualistic world, and so we live in a world of negatives and positives, good and bad, sickness and health. And so by making this connection, you are now connecting with the positive sides of each of your health problems. You are connecting with all of the possibilities of a better health. Even though maybe the chances are really, really small, see what it's like to make this connection, knowing there is no judgment, there is no attachment. Whatever comes up in terms of physical sensations, emotions, thoughts, everything is information. Information that could lead to insights and could also lead to shifts, whether you are aware of it or not. When we are sick, it is natural to want to focus on the pain, the discomfort, the negative aspects. And so in this moment, you are invited to see that there's another polarity to this. There's another side to this coin. So see if you can open up to this other side of the coin and see the possibilities. And then you can go sit back down. And you can take your second piece of paper, the second anchor. And on this one, you are going to write a single word, and that is health. Health. So this card represents that healthiest version of yourself that exists in that quantum field and that you can now connect with. So you can place this second anchor somewhere in your room, on the floor, on a surface. It can be close to the first one or further away. Whatever your intuition is telling you, it's fine. And now you can go stand on this healthiest version of yourself, or you can lay your hands over it. And just settle into this energy and see what wants to come up. Not from the perspective of your mind, but simply letting your intuition guide you and opening up for this energy. How does your body feel in this moment? Are there any emotions, feelings, thoughts, words? What is coming up for you now? And if nothing comes up, then know that just by you connecting with this energy in this moment, merely by you being present in this moment, a shift can take place whether you are aware of it or not, whether it's happening now or in the coming days. Trust this energy, trust this process. And from this anchor, you are going to look at your first anchor. So the one where you made 2 lists. So you are now looking from the energy of the healthiest version of yourself towards this list of duality. And you are seeing the second list with all of the healthy wishes that you wrote down. You don't have to be able to read this list, just know that those wishes are there. And just sit with this connection. Lean into it. You could see this moment that is happening right now as you taking some of this energy from this healthiest version of yourself and placing it into your current health situation. Asking the universe to bring about a shift in your health situation. You can stay in this position as long as you like. You could pause the video here and take a couple of minutes longer. But for now we are going to sit back down and you can journal about the information that has come up during this exercise. Maybe you have received insights. Maybe you have even received specific instructions on how to deal with some of the symptoms. And maybe nothing at all has come up, and that's also fine. You can repeat this exercise whenever you like. I want to thank you for participating in this exercise with me. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.